Donnie.
Yes, sir.
We've arrived at your boneyard.
Yes, sir.
You've never showed people your boneyard. They may want to see it. What did you do there?
Hold that up. This is the trailer.
Oh, wait a minute. So we're at Donnie's property. Some of his property. And he has a bunch of stuff parked over here. So we're going to go through each thing and have him explain to you why he needs all this stuff. And there's a little bit of it. Okay, Donnie, why do you need this? What's so special about this trailer?
Looks good.
It looks good, okay? This is what a good looking trailer looks like, people.
Pulls good.
It pulls good.
And it's a tilt deck.
It's a tilt deck. So what would this be good for?
Moving vehicles.
Moving vehicles because the deck will tilt.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so where did you get this?
Bought this many moons ago from out of Charlotte.
Mm-hmm. They had this a long time ago. If we're moving a vehicle, this is a good one.
This is a good one, as long as it's not too wide.
As long as the vehicle is not too wide.
Yep. If it's a regular pickup, it'll go on there.
Cars.
Go on there.
Okay.
Dualies, won't work.
I see it has a couple little rib things back there. Is that to keep the tires from rolling back on?
Yep. Easily.
All right. Okay, so that's the first thing. And look, the cows are looking at us.
Cows are looking.
Okay.
Mad at us. I just put a brand new set of tires in it.
That's right. This is the one you had your 65 on all that time.
Yep.
Okay. So the next thing up in the boneyard here, and I'm calling it the boneyard, but really it's not stuff that's abandoned. He uses all this stuff. What are we looking at here, Donnie? This looks like you would haul a horse in it.
This is a cattle trailer.
Cattle trailer.
Yep.
Okay, so you need that.
This is the one that, you know, they're supposed to have a rounded front.
Uh-huh.
I went over to railroad tracks up there in Wesley Chapel, had 4 cows on there, and the damn thing come apart. The whole front of it come off.
With cows in it?
With cows in it.
Did they get hurt?
No, cows did not get hurt.
That's good.
I backed back up and called Gene and told him to come get some cows because I couldn't move.
And then you put a flat piece on the front.
Put a flat piece and I added this stiffener stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But right there's where the front was. And it just gone. But anyway, that's my cow trailer. That's what I haul cows around with.
Okay.
Got to have it.
So what do they stand on in here?
Wood. That's another funny story, you know. Me and Gene put some cheap wood in there, and I get to the sale, and I had 3 cows in the back, and they were standing, those little metal strips that go through there. They were standing on them little metal strips, and all the wood was gone.
Boy, I don't like hearing about that. Okay, well, it's got wood in it now, people. Everything's good. Don't worry about it. Now, what's with this one, Donnie?
This is a trailer.
And why do you need this one when you got that one?
Well, this one hauls equipment.
Oh, it's for equipment.
This one's the Maypop.
Maypop. Oh, yeah, that's right. You used it to go get the bead board.
Because that one was occupied at the time.
Okay, so that's a pretty good one. But yeah, the tires are looking a little bald there.
Oh, they'll be all right.
But they're all holding air, so that's good. And it's got ramps on the back so you can drive equipment up on it.
Yeah, and this one, I've had it for a long time, too.
Oh, I forgot to ask you, where did you get the cattle trailer?
The cattle trailer. I bought that one out of Virginia. Roanoke, Virginia.
He makes big trips to get some of this stuff.
A tree fell across the front of it. I got $200 for it. That's why the front end fell off, because I had the top of it. I was trying to rework it.
Okay.
Didn't do it right.
All right, so this is an equipment trailer. So you couldn't get rid of this one and just use that one.
What happens if I need 2 pieces moved?
That's a good point. You would be in trouble because you'd only have 2 trailers. Hey, wait a minute. There is yet another trailer next to you.
Yeah, this one's longer.
Okay, so you could get rid of that one and just use that one.
No, because that one, you see, you can go over the tires. This one, you can't. You hit.
Oh, yeah, if it's wider. Okay, so you could get rid of that one and just use that one.
No, this one's longer.
So you kind of need all 3 of them.
I got to have them all.
Okay. So this one's for longer stuff. So like a backhoe.
A backhoe or a tractor with a front end bucket. And this one carries more weight than that one.
It does look a little more heavy duty
than that one.
Okay. Well, where'd you get this one?
This one I bought with 2 track hoes. They gave me that trailer.
Now, it looks like these things that make it where you can't put something wide on it have been added on.
Well, that's probably because it's got truck tires on it. I didn't do that. Somebody else did it, but them tires are awful close, and there's washers behind the tires.
Now, as I look at it, I see that you have cut part of the sheet metal off so that the tire won't rub against the metal.
I didn't do that. Somebody else did that. But, yep, I seen that too. And this one is also a tilt deck. But I had it probably 10 years. Something like that. That ain't good. They're all over your foot, running.
I'm glad that was an anthill. It's better than the alternative.
Yep.
Okay, what have we here, Donnie?
This is my truck.
That's your truck. Now, you've got a truck.
Hey, look at that. That's what I've been looking for. My OtterBox.
There you go. OtterBox. Your phone's been sitting in the dash of the truck?
Cockroach in there. No.
Oh, that's just the protective box.
That's a truck that I bought. I don't know when I bought that truck. That's a long time ago, but that's a special truck. See, this right here is what makes it special. That plate there. That's an HD. Heavy duty.
Yes.
It's got 19.5-inch wheels on it. It's got disc brakes all the way around it. It's got a 16-inch frame instead of 8-inch frame. The whole thing, it's a bigger, better truck. You can put 16,000 pounds on the bed of that truck, is what the Chevrolet rates it at.
So it's got like a utility bed on it.
Utility bed.
Where you can keep stuff in it.
And it's got a 12-foot long bed on it.
It's a kind of good looking truck for what it is. Huh. Yeah, it's a long bed, ain't it?
Yep.
Interesting. So does it run?
Nope. Well, yeah. It will run. But it knocks.
Uh-huh.
And I can't figure out why it's knocking.
You're sitting on another trailer.
Yeah. We're talking about the truck though. It's got a 6.5 diesel in it. You can start it up and drive from here to the grocery store. And when you get to the grocery store, it'll be knocking like hell. You come back out and start it back up, and it won't be knocking no more. And then you drive it back home, and when you get home, it'll be knocking again. So I think it's an injector knock, but I ain't sure, and I ain't found nobody that's smart enough to tell me nothing yet.
Well, we'll have people in the comment section that are smart enough to tell you something.
Yep.
Okay, I got to back up a little bit.
You back it up so far forward.
So this is another trailer.
Yep.
Okay, so why do you need this one?
This one's to haul hay with.
Oh, yeah. And it's a gooseneck.
It's a gooseneck.
So you couldn't haul hay on that one.
You can, but it makes it for a long day.
Okay, what about them? The other two.
Long day.
So this makes it for a shorter day.
Shorter day. See, them over there, you get 5 bales on. This thing I can get 20 on.
20 bales of hay on the one trailer.
At a time, you know.
For
I need 100 a year, so I got 5 trips.
For the cows.
That thing over there, it'd take me 30 trips.
Now notice your grass is down real low here.
Yep.
Did you do that or did the cows do that?
Cows did it. See, if I'd have done it, the weeds would have been real low too.
That's a good point. Yep, that's a good point. So you have to bring them some hay so they can make it through the winter. Donnie's gardening.
So
where'd you get this one?
This thing I bought off of Golf Facebook, and it was in a fire, and the axles was locked up.
I remember going to get that one. Yeah.
And nobody could figure out how to move it because a rollback wouldn't get on it because it's too long. It's 30 foot, and a rollback can't get under it because the bed ain't long enough. So nobody wanted to mess with it. So I went down there with a hay hauler, with a little tiny single hay hauler, and welded it under the back of it and drove it home like that.
Okay.
Blew a bearing out. Ronnie had to come save me.
Yeah, Donnie calls me. Hey, I need you to come down in some town somewhere. And he's like, but before you come down, I need you to go to Tractor Supply and go back on the shelf. There's going to be this little box with a wheel bearing in it. I need 3 of them. I was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. And then didn't something happen where I couldn't go get it or something because they were already closed? And so I ended up going down and meeting him in a parking lot somewhere where he has bought this thing. It doesn't have any of the decking on it. You did videos, I think, when you put the deck on this thing.
Yep.
Didn't have any of the decking on it, and he he was working on the wheels in the back, and he welded another axle on it or something to get the damn thing out of there. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And then I followed him all the way back with it.
Because I didn't have no lights.
Yeah, he didn't have any lights. Hey, it worked out though. Look, it's right here where he can use it now.
I use it all the time too. I made some videos on it.
In case those other several trailers don't work. Now, while we were talking, Donnie moved on to his next trailer.
Oh, this is another one. This is a big old equipment trailer here. This is a heavy-duty trailer. This one will haul more than any of the other ones combined. This one's got 3 axles under it, and it's about a 25,000-pound trailer. But the problem with it is it's so damn heavy. The bare trailer weighs 7,000 pounds. So, but if you need a backhoe moved or a bulldozer or, you know, something big, there it is.
This is the type of stuff that Tony Beats would have.
Yes, Tony Beats would probably have one of those.
Boy, I bet he'd have bigger tires on his, though.
Probably. Them's mobile home tires.
Well, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, people.
You got to do.
There's a gas tank up there on the top of it. Do we have any clue what that goes to?
Yeah, that goes to the little red truck.
Oh, that's that one that you swapped out.
We did a video on it.
Yep.
Got that one.
Okay, what happened here? Oh, I forgot to ask, where did you get this?
This one I bought in Pineville way back when. This old construction trailer. I couldn't believe the guy had title for that thing from '76. But I bought that one in Pineville. Must have been 25 years ago.
And then you got the other ones because that one's too heavy.
Yep. But you got to keep this thing around because you might get a bulldozer you need to move.
That's true. Yep. Or Tony Beats might call you and need your help.
Yep.
We're waiting, Tony.
I used to haul hay with this one, and then I got the gooseneck, so I don't haul hay with that one no more.
What happened here, Donnie? This one's not even on the ground anymore.
My Dodge needed tires. Right there's the tire. Well, no, them ain't the tires. But my Dodge needed tires, so I took them off for this one and put it on the Dodge.
What'd you do with the tires that were on the Dodge?
They're sitting in the building. I ain't brought them back yet.
That might make for a good video.
Might make a real good video.
Okay, you're off the ground over here. Let's see if this side's off the ground. Not quite.
Damn wood rotted in half.
I don't see much wood under there, Donnie. Maybe the raccoons hauled the wood off or something. Could be. But I will say, nothing important is really touching the ground, so you're probably still good. All right, so where did you get this truck?
This truck I bought out of...
Donnie, you got something here in the window you might want to go ahead and collect out of there.
Oh, them my Winchesters. Them my 12 gauge 3-inch slugs.
Okay, well...
They'll be all right.
They'll be all right. Okay, so where did you get this now?
I bought this one up north of Greensboro somewhere. I don't remember exactly. It was up north somewhere. Greensboro, High Point.
About time for a paint job on this one.
Well, there's a problem with this one.
What's going on with it?
When I bought this thing, it was total loss. It had been in a wreck, and this side was gone.
Oh yeah, this is that one. Mm-hmm.
So I had it fixed.
I'll come show them.
I had it fixed. All this frame, this tire was pushed back in here. So I had it all fixed. And when I had it fixed,
Look at that damn frame. That's a huge frame.
there ain't nothing compared to that other one.
For what we're talking about.
This is the regular one, and that one over there is HD. That one's got a bigger frame than this one.
Look at the damn A arm though. What the hell?
So anyway, I had it pulled out. When I had it pulled out, they got it within a 1/4 inch and said that was the best they could do. They could align it and you know, get it in spec.
So the frame's a 1/4 inch off.
I told them to go ahead, so they fixed it. Well, I drove it, and at 10,000 miles exactly, the bottom ball joint sheared off
While he's driving it.
while I'm driving, and that's where this damage comes from. So I
Luckily, he was on like a,
was turning
kind of like he was out in the country, and it was kind of like a residential area, kind of. So he wasn't going real fast, and he was at like a stop sign.
Yeah,
It was about to turn, and you know, so if he would have been on the interstate or something, who the hell knows what would have happened.
So I put a new A-frame in there.
So just let's go over that one more time so they understand what you're saying. He's driving. Now what happened?
The ball joint broke in half.
The ball joint broke in half.
And it wasn't the threads pulled off. It
sheared in half.
It sheared right on top of the ball.
Imagine that happening while you're driving down the road.
And I didn't hit nothing. I was turning left. So, anyway.
But whenever that happens, your tire goes wherever it wants.
Yeah, that tire just comes up.
And hit the fender, and that's why the fender's all busted up.
So, I put a new one in there. Same manufacturer, put another one in it. 10,000 miles to the mile. I was backing out of the driveway, and when I come over the little curb at the driveway, it broke again.
Broke 2 ball joints in half. And again, we're not talking about twisted the nut off, the spindle broke. I'm talking about the actual ball joint sheared in half, right where the bolt goes into the...
Right where
it's all one piece, really, though. It's not supposed to break anywhere, but...
Right where the knuckle is, where the stub comes up out of there, it shears off perfectly clean twice.
On two different ball joints. And this wasn't while he's hot rodding it or nothing. And you can tell by his, I mean, he's rough on trucks, but you can tell by his truck, this was like a cruising truck. I mean, this is not, he's out, you know.
So I take it back down and I put a Moog. Is that how you say that?
Moog, yep.
I put a Moog ball joint in it. That ball joint's been in there for 32,000, 33,000 miles. And the injection pump went out on it, so I quit driving it because I was asked very nicely not to get killed in this truck.
Yeah.
So I quit driving it and parked it here. But it needs an injector pump in it. And that one over there is knocking, so I figured I could probably take them both and make one good truck out of it.
So the Moog is great. Now, where were the other 2 ball joints made? What? Go ahead and tell them the brand.
It was DriveWorks.
DriveWorks, which is Advanced.
Advanced Auto, yeah. And I did, they did pay me for the truck on the first one.
Yep.
Since I used their part again, they did pay for the damage. But they wouldn't do it the second time.
So, literally, be careful with your DriveWorks ball joints. But the thing had front end damage.
And it is a 1/4 inch out.
Yeah, so the frame's off. But for whatever reason, that's breaking ball joints. So this one's parked and it probably ain't going to get driven anymore. Okay. What have we here, Donnie?
This is a slide-in dump insert. You slide that in your truck, and you hit a button, and it raises and dumps.
Okay, so the wheels under it is a trailer.
Is a trailer, yeah.
Or something else.
That's a frame.
That you're just using to haul stuff.
Yeah. Basically, when I bought this piece of property, we was running trash or trees back and forth. So I built that thing up where I could put it behind my tractor and run across and dump it and back and forth like that, so I wouldn't tear up the truck.
Mm-hmm. So it's a slide-in insert for a dump bed. You're probably not going to use that too much more.
No, you see there, the sun got into the plastic and ruined the plastic.
You've kind of got the stuff in order of how much you use it.
Yeah, that stuff down there I use more. And come over here. Zoom in over the hill down there.
Where at?
See that other trailer down there?
Yeah. There's two of them. No, one of them. Two of them. All right, they can see it.
Which one are we on?
I think the one that might have been a mobile home.
Oh yeah, that's a mobile home trailer. It's a 70-footer. I bought that for the I-beams. The one to the left of that is the old trash trailer that we used at the shop up there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Redoing the things in Jefferson. We use that for trash, hauling trash.
But we got a little bit better one now that we're using.
Yeah, we got a little dump trailer now that we're using. So
let's look at this. They might want to see this.
Well, we got to talk about the rest of this.
Oh yeah, I got to go back. Okay, let's go back around here.
This here, chicken house trusses.
Uh-huh.
You ain't never have too many chicken house trusses.
So tell them the deal with chicken houses, how you can get parts out of a chicken house.
The chicken houses, well, I don't know if you can do it anymore, but within the last 5 or 6 years, they changed, well, probably 10 years, they changed them all where they had to have tunnels, and they had to get rid of the smell, basically, so they had to redo.
Tunnels for the chickens to play in?
No, it was like a wind tunnel to be able to change the moisture and the smell and all that stuff. So anyway, these old trusses, you can get, these are metal trusses, they're good trusses. They charge you like, to buy them new now, they're like $15 a linear foot, which is
These would be really good to hold up any kind of like small building.
So basically they bolt together here. You bolt them here and here, and it makes an A-frame. They're 34 foot, and I got 10 of them. Basically, we're going to put those on that mobile home frame, 34 foot apart, and pick it up and use these pipes and these things here to hold them up. So you got a whole building sitting right here minus the 10. And we was going to put them on telephone poles. They're sitting over there, but we decided not to use telephone poles and use steel.
All right, what's this thing out here?
Oh, this thing, boy, this is a nice. You don't see these every day. This here is a hammer mill. Basically,
let me get where they can see the whole thing.
Basically, you dump corn, wheat, whatever you want, barley, whatever you want in here. And there's a set of hammers in there, grinds it up, shoots it up through here, and you hang a bag on here, and you can fill a bag up. So you got a bag here, and you got a bag here, and you take this and flip it back and forth.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Put one bag and the second bag.
Okay, so.
And these are different screens depending on how fine you want your material.
So it goes down through there. You got a pretty big drive shaft there that turns it.
You got to have a tractor out there turning it.
Oh, you hook it to a tractor. That makes sense.
Yeah, tractor's sitting out here with PTO spinning. This part goes to your tractor, and that spins it. Spins a big wheel in there. It's got hammer teeth on it. Looks like hammers.
And they've got 4 belts.
Yeah, you're supposed to have 4 belts on them. Basically, you throw a whole ear of corn in there, and it comes out cornmeal over there. If you got that small screen in there. If you put that big screen in there, you'll have, you know, a little bigger.
So this is like early automation now. How old would you say that thing is?
Man, I don't know. Maybe the 20s, 30s, something like that. It's old.
That's pretty cool. That's a gene. That's a gene contraption there. It looks like.
No, I bought that one. Well, I was raising chickens. I was raising a ton of chickens. We'd raise, I don't know, maybe 300 chickens a month. And we were selling them, and the feed was just costing me crazy. So I was grinding corn with this thing to make feed with. I had another contraption I was doing it with, but it was taking too long. This will grind 50 pounds of corn in about, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 seconds. Where that other contraption would take 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
All right.
There's another one down here.
Yeah, there's one more thing down here I wanted to show them.
Right here is that same hammer. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the hammers right there in this one. That's got a cutter and hammer.
Okay.
Which one, Sean?
What was it? I saw something cool. There we go. The plow.
That plow. This plow, Gene, you've probably seen him on some of my videos. When he was a boy, he rode this exact plow. This plow was his dad's plow. And when he brought it over here, everything still worked on it. Don't tell him I did that. But it goes up and down and all that good stuff. But he rode it as a boy, so he's in his 80s now. That thing's got to be 100 years old.
Yeah, and they were poor, so it was old, I'm sure, when he had it.
Yeah, he said a mule. He had a mule pull. It's a 3-mule pull or something. But he had one big mule that would pull it.
All right, so we got one more thing we're going to show you. What is this down here?
Oh, that's a stick getter.
It's a stick getter.
It's actually a hay rake. But I used it to pick up sticks. And everybody gonna tell me I'm crazy.
Well, they already know that, honey.
This thing's all ground driven. You took it to
Man, you got a tree here. That's not that's not a pine tree. How'd that happen?
That's a holly bush.
All right, this is Donnie's. Whoa, this is Donnie's stick getter.
Basically, this thing you hook it to anything.
Mm-hmm. And you just drag it around.
As it drives, this wheel turns. And as this wheel turns, this chain turns. And as the chain turns, it turns this gearbox. And it turns this gearbox and this thing goes around.
So that thing's not crooked. It's designed like that.
So these little teeth pick up hay and put everything this way. So it'll make a line of whatever on the ground. So I'm running through and picking up sticks like that, making a line here, then starting a damn fire down here and letting it go up the line and burn all the sticks up.
Alrighty. Well, you know, with that said, you do have it pretty cleaned up around here. I mean, looks good. So, all right. So we figured we'd just show you some of Donnie's stuff out here.
Get a better look.
We call it the Boneyard, but it ain't really the Boneyard. Yeah, there's some more stuff over there.
That'll be for another video.
All right, Donnie, tell them what to do.
Hey, y'all, subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up for filming it, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Later on, folks.